But the difficulty for my mom was she moved there in the middle of the pandemic, and at the age of 60, she had difficulties making friends, right? Sometimes when you move to a different city, it's difficult to make friends. So I was giving her some advice on how to make friends based on my experience in Berlin. Because when I moved to Berlin, I would try out different strategies to make friends. And what I would do is I would go to all the meetups I could find, all the events I could find in English. I would go there and just talk to people. I even went to an essential oils meetup. I showed up there with a bottle of olive oil. I'm like, essential. But the whole meetup in Berlin was basically 5 German ladies in their 60s, and they were not impressed. They were like, 999! Olive oil is not essential. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Then what is? This is Germany. Russian oil is essential. I was like, wait, this meetup is a lot more political than I thought it would be like. Did not expect that. So I gave my mom this advice, and she was like, Dragos, you're not thinking. You don't think. I'm 60. It's the middle of the pandemic. If I go out to make friends, the more friends I make, the more friends I lose. Well, I was like, well, you're not wrong. So what my mom would do to keep her social life active is she would talk to people that she already knew from Romania on Facebook. She would talk to them every day. She would talk to them every day. She would talk to them every day until they started unfriending her. But then she reached a group of individuals that was more than keen to talk to her. And this group of individuals was a little bit suspicious because it was mostly comprised of my teachers from secondary school. And apparently they can't stop talking shit about me. Because my mom told them, you know, Dragos, at the moment he is doing a stand-up comedy. And their response was, and people pay? Yes, Dragos, he goes there on a stage, he talks to people, they give him money, like a priest. Like a priest. Because that's how my mom understands stand-up comedy, right? And it was also always her dream for me to become a priest, right? She's like, Dragos, you have to become a priest. I was like, why, Mom? Why should I become a priest? Dragos, job stability. People always die. I was like, you're not wrong. But I was a bit perplexed about their negativity about me doing stand-up. So I asked my mom, like, what's up with this negativity? And she inquired a bit, and apparently their response was like, no, Dragos, he could never do anything on the stage. Because I remember Dragos, when I would get him in front of the class in 5th grade to recite poetry to the other students, Dragos, he would always freeze up. So Dragos has stage fright. Now, this is what they would do. They get you in front of the class to recite poetry in front of the whole school student body, right? Do they do this here in the UK? Do they get you in front of the class to recite poetry? Is public humiliation part of your educational system? But then I told my mom, it's like, I know, Mom, actually she's right. I would freeze up all the time in front of the class when I would have to recite poetry. But it wasn't because I had stage fright. It was because of the poetry. Because they would have us recite poetry written in the 1900s in Eastern Europe. And in the 1900s in Eastern Europe, we only had 2 emotions. Sadness and super sadness. So most of the poetry would sound something like this. I am alone in a crypt. The wind is blowing cold. My friends are dead. My hope is gone. I have nothing in this world but this crypt, and this crypt is made of lead. Around me, I'm surrounded by 4 coffins. The coffins, they are filled with the bones of my dreams and hopes. Every day I wish for death, but even death won't come for me. So here I am, alone and sad, and my coffins, they're made of lead. My heart is heavy, my heart is cold. In my life, I've only wished for love. But life has only given me pain and suffering, suffering and pain. And it is now that I realize that I deserve pain and suffering. So here I am. I have nothing to my name but my heart. And my heart is made of lead. Okay, Dragos, can you please explain to the class what is the message that the author is trying to communicate? This wonderful piece of God, Dragos, this poem is a metaphor, okay? The author is trying to communicate a beautiful message. I know the author wrote this poem when he was 46 and he had syphilis, but it is your responsibility at the age of the 11 to tell me what did the author truly mean with this wonderful piece of poetry. Tell us, Dragos. Don't keep us. Tell Dragos, you have to tell us or I hit you. Pain and suffering. Coffins. Nothing but suffering. I think the author is communicating that he wants the author is telling the reader to kill himself. Is this the correct interpretation? I believe it's a direct message. Dragos, I cannot believe the stupidity that is coming out of your mouth. I cannot believe such a small mouth can generate such big stupidity, Dragos. I cannot. Everybody take a look at Dragos and how wrong he is. I cannot believe the idiotic things. In my 25 years of education, I have never come across a student as dumb as Dragos. I cannot believe the stupidity. Do your parents tell you this at home and you come here and terrorize me with this stupidity? It's not just you, Dragos. This is the worst class I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. You are one of the worst classes. I've been in this school for 25 years and this is the worst class. Each and every one of you are completely stupid. I cannot believe that you cannot even understand the most basic of things, because it was clear to me and everybody that the author is obviously communicating his dissatisfaction with the political system in 1800s Romania. I cannot believe that you can't even decipher this. Go back to your seat, but first... I think I will kill myself now. So you see, it was not me, it was the poetry. This is the midway point of the show, guys. We're going to take a small 10-minute break to air out the room at the moment, to get some more alcohol. And we're going to come back in 10 minutes to the second half. And one point of warning, the second half gets darker. See you guys in 10 minutes, okay?